Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
TNT Cakes, Creations, and more, where we specialize in red velvet and strawberry cheesecake, chocolate-covered strawberries, custom baby boxes, custom signs, custom tees and sweatshirts, custom sports balls, graduation accessories, custom glasses and tumblers, custom license plates, heat transfers, custom office signs, TNT Cakes, Creations, and more. Give us a call.
This episode of the Big Flex Strongcast is sponsored by the Gym Animal Muscle Gang brand. If you're looking for some help reaching your health and fitness goals with one-on-one training, group training, meal plans, nutritional advice, and more, and do you also want to look great while working out with the dopest workout apparel? As far as t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, skull caps, tank tops, and more, then visit our website at gamg.shop or email us at gamgpodcast7@gmail.com. Or we can also be contacted on Instagram or Facebook at Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness. Yo. Welcome back to the GAMG, the Big Flex Strongcast for episode 52. I am your host, John Q, in this bitch. And guess who we got back in the building? This motherfucker been on the hiatus. He come up in here and shit with some
Nigga got snacks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't even bring none for the whole class.
Hell no, stingy bastard. Say what's up, Don. Who we got down here, Don?
Man, what's going on?
And guess who we got back in the building? Say she had to come back in and shit for some more trouble. Latoya Deshawn back in the building, y'all. Say what's up, y'all.
That's right. Let's
Yeah. All right. So look, this is where the gym conversation and shit meets podcasting. So that's what the GAMG Big Flex Strongcast is all about, all right? So when y'all come into the gym, y'all gonna do like this. Dap it up, meaning this shit. Share this shit out. Share the content out. Like it. Subscribe if you need to. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already. And support a nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gonna do that. So how is y'all strong in activities, y'all?
Man, some stuff I just gotta keep to myself.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying. It was a good weekend. You can't hear me, bro?
You gotta say something. You gotta say something.
So
If you were what, all fuckery?
I'm always with the shits. It just happens to come my way, and I just be with it.
You say the shits without a pamper.
It was a good weekend. Yeah.
All right.
It was a good weekend. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what happened in Michigan this weekend, but it was like smacked me in my face with the allergy. So I was like down for a second, but I'm back. Let's go.
All right. We're not gonna say hooray for allergies and shit. That's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Tangerine down here. Snipes, how was your strong end, man?
It is a mandarin.
Mandarins. That shit ain't nothing but an orange. No. What up, cuz?
My strong end was, man, it was wild. In a good way though.
All right.
I went down to the Red Wings game, so I caught a game. I laid in the bed. That felt so good.
He said I laid in the bed. You know I gotta ask you, man. Hey, man, you gotta tell everybody, man, what you been up to, man.
I woke up Saturday morning. I used the bathroom. I had like a corporate meeting in the bathroom. It was straight.
You said a corporate meeting?
Yeah, that's what we call them now. And
you say, was it a shitty situation?
Yeah, pretty much. But
So you was also with the shits this
yeah,
weekend?
pretty much.
I've been busy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I literally since December 2nd, I've filmed like 5 movies, and
Cuz been getting it in.
I've only sat down probably like 11 days, and so like I'm gonna take the rest of the month and like recuperate, like refresh, revive. I'm tired now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm exhausted.
Hey, I can believe it.
I'm not even about the front, but it feels good. I'm gonna take some time and reflect, and I'm gonna take some time and get these characters about my energy, because I was playing every bit of villain, crazy motherfucker, killer, narcissist, you name it. You know what I'm saying? I play a little bit of everything, and so I'm gonna get back to all the good, fun stuff.
Yeah, hey, look, I did experience, say, one of those characters myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I wanted to wait till you got back here. You know what I'm saying? To announce, hey, I do got a little debut or something that maybe probably coming through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Cuz and shit for looking out for a brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, look, man. My weekend went just like this. I ain't really do too much, but I did. What I say about that is, I got a new phone, yo. You know what I'm saying? I had an old ass phone. They used to be sitting up here roasting my fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a little updated. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like I done welcomed myself to the 21st century. You know what I'm saying? So now, hey, look, I can look at an app and talk on the phone at the same time. No.
Hey man, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah. I've been working a little bit, though.
Obama ain't in office, and a lot of y'all still had his cell phone. So shout out to you, cuz.
All right. And yeah, the other thing, far as my strong end, you know, it's kind of like one of our topics. So I'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? What we're talking about. So while we got you here right now, you know, you got to lace us up with, say, a Don's motivational moment, real quick. You know what I'm saying? What you got on the flow for us?
Man, my motivational moment is, I'm gonna just piggyback off what I just said. When you have those moments in life where you're extremely busy, find a way to be thankful and grateful in the moment. I think a lot of times, you know, especially nowadays, people are so busy trying to have some activity that they're not getting too many things accomplished. There's a saying, activity doesn't always amount to accomplishment. So it's important to, in those moments, be present, you know, wake up some mornings and feel thankful and just like speak that into the air, because, you know, for the last couple of months, it's been rough in terms of my scheduling, my sleep, or just eating food, you know, stuff that was healthy. But this is something that that I wanted, something that I asked for, and you know, life don't wait for you. Yeah. You know, when you have those moments, you either prepared or you're not. So for me, it was just like, all right, Don, you know, are you ready for this? Is, you know, and can you handle it? And in the midst of all the chaos that was going on with, you know, what comes along with getting something in the can and being a producer too on one of the projects. I was one of the producers and an actor in it, which was a phenomenal project. The one that you were on. Okay. That too was an adventure, but again, just be conscious of being grateful and present in the moment, because again, when you think too much about the past, you can become depressed. When you think too much about the future, you can, you know, cause anxiety. Just be present. That's it.
All right. Hey man, hey look, I just want to say I'm proud of you, man. Hey, I know how hard you've been working. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
You know, definitely. You know what I'm saying? When these movies and stuff like that and these projects come out, definitely support. You know what I'm saying? You will not be disappointed at all. You know what I'm saying? So support y'all. All right. We going to get into, I do got a big Flexx story. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a story that was back in 2022, but it's relevant because the young lady is now like 8 years old. So you have Georgia's youngest certified farmer. She was 6 years old at the time. She's now 8. And she loves playing in the dirt. Her name is Kendall Ray, all right? She started, her own farming business called A Grown Culture, and has joined several different farming organizations such as Georgia Grown and a division of Georgia's Department of Agriculture and the Georgia Farm Bureau. All right. With that, she officially became, a farmer who was eligible to apply for land purchases, grants, and scholarships that could help her farming business grow. So shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Big Flexx. To Kendall Ray, y'all, you know what I'm saying? She's 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all can get some produce from her, you know what I'm saying? Some produce from her, you know, and support down there in Georgia, all right?
That's dope.
Dope as hell, you know what I'm saying? Flex that shit on up, so. All right, y'all, we about to go ahead and get right into the fuckery, yo. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start this off, yo. You know, I know a lot of people been, you know, had their chance to kind of like have their own opinion about, this Wendy Williams being diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, right? So lately, you know, they did drop a documentary, right? And just want to hear y'all opinions on it. So I'm gonna give y'all just her stuff about her health real quick. It says 2 years after canceling her hit gossip talk show, Wendy Williams' care team revealed that she's been diagnosed with primary progressive frontotemporal dementia, on February 22nd, 2024. In a press release, her team confirmed that after undergoing a battery of medical tests, Williams received the diagnosis in 2023. Williams' speech, reading, writing, and ability to understand what others are saying to her has been impacted. So some people have mixed feelings about her. What would you say? So do you think this is some kind of a, karma for the kind of work that she was into, as far as the gossip talk show where, a lot of times and stuff, you will hear people like coming up with different stories that's not factually true and can be kind of hurtful, you know what I mean? And people, and saying her stature, never really apologize or, admit to some of the fuckery that she has caused. So, how do y'all feel about, Wendy Williams and, her platform that she's actually built up, and now that she is, under her health, is doing pretty, not too good right now. How do y'all feel about, Wendy Williams?
Well, I don't know about the karma and her health. Mm-hmm. I will connect that to the documentary. As far as her health is concerned, I do believe that I did some research on the type of dementia she has, and it is very likely alcohol-induced.
Okay.
So we all now know that she has a problem with alcohol. And it might just be the problem with alcohol is because it's the only way she could sleep with herself at night from the type of work that she did.
Okay.
Because the reality of it is that, yes, it's the entertainment business. It's what she was paid to do, sell gossip, talk about people's business, factual or not. I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself at night knowing that I could be tearing up people's homes, knowing that I could be damaging people's lives. So maybe that's the only way she could sleep with herself at night. And now this is the result of it. She's pretty young to have dementia. Yeah,
because she is like 50. What's she in her 50s or something right now?
Yeah, I think
she's
like probably
50,
in like her
58?
mid to late 50s.
Yeah, like 58 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that it's likely a side effect or result of living that life for a long time. And then now this documentary, like when I watched it, I was like, man, her camp is wrong as hell. Like to do this documentary and show her in this light, but then thinking about it, this is the light that she showed everybody else in.
Yeah.
Exposing, their downside, exposing, to their detriment and for money.
Yeah.
So now her camp is exploiting her for money.
Yeah.
Now that's the karma.
Yeah. And you know what? The first thing is when I seen that when they first came out with her diagnosis and stuff, I seen her camp say some things like, hey, right now, can you give us a little privacy and that kind of thing. And it's like, hold the fuck on. This lady and shit, built her whole platform off of invading people's privacy and so forth, So now you asking people to give you privacy, it's like that's a kick in the crotch, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty funny to me. So, like I said, to me, karma could be, either good or bad, however you look at it. But the universe itself, I believe, will give you back what you didn't put out. So this might be maybe some karmic kind of, things that's going on with her, maybe her health, maybe not, but who knows, It's a lot of people and stuff that has mixed feelings about, say, a person like Wendy Williams, So just kind of wanted to touch on it. What's your thought on it, Don? You like
No, I'm just. Let me tell you what came to my mind now, while you guys were sharing those thoughts. I said and thought about how, again, using our words are real powerful. And when I really think about it, I was just sitting wondering, I'm like, man, how many of these like gossip and gossip sites outside of TMZ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, Oprah.
Well, here's where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Shit,
people have been capitalizing off our trauma for a very, very long time, and it's sad when we join in with it.
Yeah.
I think that we can talk about things, but not talk about them in a way where they're it almost seem like they making fun of people, or like you said, making up shit about people that you don't even know. And so, obviously the irony of this going down with Wendy Williams is one thing, but I think in the long run, we really need to kind of evaluate, us exploiting each other.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of it is trauma based.
Yeah.
And, subconsciously sometimes, we could be, obviously gossip sells and we get it. But I'm saying to like what detriment, are we doing our own community, and we talked about this before about the cancel culture.
Yeah.
And to me, that runs deep within our community, period. We have family members and friends, people that'll say and do things to us, and then next thing it's just like, oh, I'm not fucking with that person ever again. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Wendy was one of those people that perpetuated that culture, at times, with the content that she brought to mainstream television. And they gave her a voice to do it, and when you think about it, shows that really don't kind of go over the top like that, they don't last too long, because think about throughout the years how many black TV shows we even seen on television. Yeah. We can count from, Montel Williams, Queen Latifah had a very short-lived show.
But even with stuff with like Jerry Springer, right? Or Maury and stuff like that, it's like people are drawn to the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
The trash,
and you see how long, you know, those shows have been on TV. They syndicated and shit, and you know what I mean? 1,000,001 fucking episodes of fuckery. You know what I mean? But then, like you said, you'll have, say, some good, you know, some other TV shows and stuff like that that's maybe a little bit positive and probably won't even last half a season. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And again, I don't even think it have to be necessarily positive. I just think that there's a more constructive way to have dialogue when a person is going through adversity, as opposed to
making it a learning, more so a learning.
How, you know, she was going about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like oftentimes when Wendy would give the tea and the scoop and all that other stuff, some of that stuff was just. It was downright crazy.
Really not even called for it. And then, you know, you gotta still think, like, when you doing that kind of stuff, you know, you might be talking about one person, but look how many other people that love that one person might be affected behind. Yeah.
People,
you know.
Kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And marriages. Just straight up, talking wild about it. So, I don't know. That comes to my mind. It's just like, I think in the long run, we need to pay attention to that, because there's a difference between, you know, us having, you know, some dialogue to maybe talk resolution and give a little tea. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I think that's a lot of these folks, they really go over the top, and especially when it comes to melanated people. Like, we've been wearing that crown for a long time, with people basically always trying to show like that we dogs, we animals. You know what I'm saying? We're not intelligent, we shady, and when people can get their hands on that type of information, man, they just run with it. Yeah. You know, say what you want to say, but anything concerning our people is gonna move to the top of the food chain when it comes to that bullshit.
And then too, like you said, you know, like, let's start making some of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? Something to learn from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, on what not to do, or maybe what to do, or if it happened, or hell, if you know you done fucked up and said the wrong damn thing or whatever, just be, you know, grown enough and shit to apologize and accept, you know, responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You know, and accountability, you know, for the fuckery, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, y'all. So look, while we was talking about, say, TV shows and shit, check this out. This is another topic real quick. We grew up on watching, say, some great TV shows. All right. And I'm going to propose something to y'all. So I posted this earlier on, say, Facebook and Instagram. So it says, which of these 4 shows were the best to you, and which show would not make your top 3? So you got to choose 3 of these 4 that I'm going to name off. One of them has to go. All right. So the first show, Good Times. Second show, Cosby Show. Third show, In Living Color. And the last show is Martin. All right. So this is it. It's a little it's a little tough one. It's a little tough one. But one of these got to go. Which one was your best out of these 4? I mean, like, you know, you can go ahead and tell, you know, if one of your other shows or whatever, you can go ahead and slide that in. But out of this 4 right here, and we know these are some major staples, right? So I definitely want people to call in if y'all can, all right? 313-266-2811. You know what I mean? So look, Good Times, Cosby Show, In Living Color, and Martin. Which one of those shows is your favorite show? And which one has to go? You only can pick 3. You want me to go? You want me to go first? All right. So look, I hate to cut this one out. I hate to cut it out.
Own it.
But you know what? Good Times got to go. Damn. Even though that was a major staple in everybody's household, right? You know what I mean? The only reason why I say that is because, you know, it perpetuated a lot of the, you know, we forever being down. You know, we stuck in the ghetto. You know, every time we about to get, say, out of here, or JJ and shit, you know what I'm saying, hit a lick on something, his mama like, no, don't do that. We got a better way. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Far as, I mean, it's a hell of a, you know, story of morals and that grind and get it out the mud and shit like that. However, I think, throughout the actual period of that, it's like you have to show somewhere of some kind of advancement, right? And that's the only reason why. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I love Say Good Times. That's one of my favorite shows, period. But if one had to go, that one have to go. Now, say the Cosby Show, on the other hand, yeah, besides, say, Mr. Bill Cosby himself, you know what I mean? Or however you feel about it. This is before all that, you know what I'm saying? So it meant a lot to see, our own people or whatever, being in a positive light as far as being the doctors and lawyers and all that kind of stuff, being,
two-parent.
Yeah, two-parent household. There you go. You know what I mean?
But they didn't ignore the real issues that we face.
There you go.
In the black community and in the black household. But I definitely appreciated that they were able to show being a power couple.
Okay. Say, look, we ain't even going to get to y'all just yet. Who's calling in? So who's calling in to the Big Flexx podcast?
Hey, Big Flexx, it's the doctor's calling.
Oh, shit. It's the doctor. No, we making a doctor call. What up, though, Doc?
It's the doctor's call.
Oh.
Okay, so if I had to pick mine, I'm going to say number one would have to be In Living Color.
Okay. That's your favorite one? All right. Yeah. All right, so look. So which one has to go between Good Times, Cosby Show, and Martin?
I'm gonna say the Cosby Show just because of Bill Cosby.
No, besides say the fuckery, you know what I'm saying, that he's been involved with.
The Cosby Show would have to go?
She said the Cosby Show would have to go because of Bill Cosby, but no, we not even putting that element into it. This is just strictly for the show, though. This is strictly for the show.
She made her choice.
Strictly for the show. You made your choice. You gonna stick with it?
I made my choice. I gotta have good times. My family, we grew up at HP, so we was like good times. We was poor, but we was happy.
Oh shit! All right.
I appreciate y'all.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Doc. We appreciate it. Bye bye. All right. So I'm gonna get to y'all. So what's gonna be your top three? Which one was your favorite one, and what's gonna be your top three, Don? Or Toya? Which one y'all want to? Whoever want
to let it go first.
Come on, Toya. What you got?
I'm gonna say the Cosby Show was my number one.
Okay.
I would probably get rid of Martin.
Oh.
I could live my whole life without that show.
What?
Honestly, yeah.
Ooh, how? Like, ooh, that's.
What did it give?
But yeah, I get it.
What did it give?
I made it tough. Hey, look, I made it. you saying what did it give? It gave a lot. It gave you a lot.
Talk to me
relationships. You know what I'm saying? Friends and and giving and
That's what we going with.
Entrepreneur. Hey, look, entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gina and Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Yeah, nah, I'm good on that.
How much and shit. You know what I'm saying? A young man and a young woman love each other. They walked it on down. As far as getting married and everything.
Oh.
Then you got she got her best friend. She got her best friend. Look, she got her best friend Pam. You know what I'm saying? That's a relationship right there that lasted. You know what I'm saying, for the longest. Then you got Cole and Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't have a job, but anyway, yeah, had Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah,
you had all kind of characters. You know what I'm saying? Brother man from the fifth floor.
I'm standing on business.
Okay.
On that. Okay. I could live without that show.
Yikes. Said yikes. All right. So, what about you, Don?
So, I actually like what both of you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, what did this show mean to me? What did they give to us right now?
Yeah.
Because I act and write and all that other kind of stuff, for me, because I do have, I like how you approach that. If one had to go, I'm going to join you with Good Times, but I remember, and my reason is, I remember listening to the dad, James Amos, and he was being interviewed, and there were many times where he actually had an issue with some of, the way that the storyline went in Good
Times. With JJ, yeah.
With this period.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely had some caste issues, but I'm just saying in terms of, you know, blacks being exploited. That I feel like that during that time, and we would still have some of that exploitation and shit going on.
Yeah.
And when we think about some of our stories, they were not from our perspective.
Yeah.
All right. And that's kind of what my issue is. Like when I think of all of those stories, all right, my top one is a tie between the Cosby Show and In Living Color. And the reason why I say that is because the Cosby Show for me gave me hope that there were actually like healthy black families somewhere in America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was the first example that I saw of a healthy black family. Now we saw a spinoff of that with Family Manners, but you know, sometimes Carl and the wife, he damn near didn't get the respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He kind of was clowned a little bit. So I definitely appreciated the Cosby Show. I appreciate the fact of seeing, you know, a family go through stuff, like you said, real issues, and then their children going off to college, one of them going but don't really want to go.
And then the spinoff to say of a different world. Okay. All right. Welcome to the Big Flexx podcast, Strongcast. Who we got on the line?
What up, though? It's your boy Willie.
Oh shit, we got Willie in the building. What up, though, Willie?
Hey.
What up, though?
Oh man, I know you got your favorite one.
Yeah, man.
So what you got?
Man, I'm gonna say
I can't hear shit.
I'm really gonna go with
Okay.
Matt, say that again. I'm sorry.
I said I'm gonna really go with Good Times, man.
That's your favorite one?
No, that's gotta go.
Oh, that one got to go. All right. So
Yeah.
what's your reason why it got to go?
My reason why it's gotta go, man, is because I mean it was straight when it was on. We was looking at it. Because I guess that was like the only thing on TV
Okay.
for us to look at. But like you said, it just couldn't get ahead. I say back then it was okay. Now, we got so much other stuff going on, and it just don't show us the way it is now, like reality now.
Okay.
But we have
So-
to
so-
put it in perspective
so you saying
at
it's
the
this-
time that it aired.
But you got to put it in perspective. In that era, like you said, in that era, yeah. But now, I would say no. Martin, I couldn't stand Martin when it was out, man. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand Martin. When I was coming up, I couldn't stand it. Now that shit is like the funniest thing in the world. It's like I look at it now like, damn, Martin was actually genius for this show. 'Cause the shit's funny as hell now.
Right. So it's had what they call sustainability.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, looking back at Dragonfly Jones and all that stuff, the characters he had, it's like, yeah, this dude was funny as hell. This dude was off the chain.
Yeah. All right. So it looked like for the most part, would you say that the two top out of this list for damn sure would probably be the Cosby Show and The Living Color then?
Yeah. I'd say so.
Okay.
I would say so.
Okay.
People used to run in the house.
For the Cosby Show.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying
in Living Color. And in Living Color. Yeah, definitely.
Living Color
Yeah.
came out, people ran in the house. I'm not missing this for nothing.
Yeah.
And again, we talk, and same with Martin. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of watched Martin, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. But one thing that I can appreciate Martin from a writer's perspective is when you think about the Martin Lawrence show, you think that Martin oftentimes incorporated a lot of things within our culture that maybe other TV shows wouldn't have. I mean, you had everybody from Jodeci on there to Tommy Hearns, like you said, the Dragonfly stuff. And to me, he shined light on what was going on directly in our culture that maybe some of the other shows, and he did it in such a way it wasn't a coonish way. It was our perspective. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one thing that I can appreciate about Martin. But I think for me, in Living Color, just seeing that and growing up in that time to watch them. I mean, we always saw Saturday Night Live or Mad TV. So to see a sketch comedy show. You understand what I'm saying? From some black people,
For
man. To
us,
me,
by
and
us.
listen,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me just.
Yeah.
I got it because I got to say this while we in the room. And we in the room with another cat that, you know what I'm saying, brought that same type of energy with Switchplay TV. Doc
Yeah.
Brown. Like, that actually was one of my
Give yourself a big ass. Louder, nigga.
Listen. When I first got into acting, Switchplay was an outlet for me.
Yeah. I was on Channel
Kudos
20.
to you, bro. I'm not
Channel 20. I remember
was
that shit.
outlet.
Yeah.
Like we talking about. We was excited to not only do that, but the thing that made Switchplay unique was how Doc highlighted the music videos, and whether they was local or from big artists. It didn't matter. Man, that was beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to say definitely want to give you flowers for that because again,
definitely.
Without that was one of the outlets for me when I first came up. It was just like, yo, okay. This is something you can be a part of. And, bro, Cass, you know, we look forward to that. We didn't have nothing like that, bro.
That's true. All right. You got anything else you want to add, Willie?
I was going to add on to that. Yeah, Martin did have a platform. He did have a lot of artists on. From Brian McKnight to Jodeci and people like that showed us on the stage. One big up I can give to him was he represented the D, man.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Definitely.
Who's that?
Mason. Oh, wow, yeah.
Martin was based off of Mason.
Say Mason? Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
Damn, that's
I didn't
know that one.
Remember Mason used to go
know
to
that.
the
Yeah, to
show?
to the show and shit. Yeah, damn, okay.
And he got a
That's a
check.
new one. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
okay,
I'm
shit.
trying to get him on your show.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell him the story.
Definitely. You got to get Mason. Yeah, definitely in shit the legend. You know what I'm saying? All right, now, Willie, man. Hey, look, thanks for calling in as usual. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see you in a
Shout
minute.
out to the new commercial you got. I've
right.
been going for it, man. I see you starting the year off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
it, man. Hey, Don.
Yes, sir.
We still got your logo in the works, man.
Listen, man. I'm gonna put some thought to it. I got some time now. I'm on a mission for the listen. This year, I am hell bent on bringing some discipline to my life in such a way that, you know, it may feel a little selfish to others, whatever, but just really focusing on, you know, whatever area in my life that I feel needs some improvement or just trying to grow. I mean, I love that type of shit anyway, but I'm saying like really honing in and getting more serious about it. You know, it's always been at the front of my mind, but for me, and just sharing that with whoever want to listen, you know what I'm saying? I realize everybody don't want to hear shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna talk less and do more this year.
Go.
That's what it's about. Right. You know how the young cats say less. That's gonna be my MO. You know.
I want to give you another shout out too, Don, man. I watched some of a movie that you was in, man, and I told people, I said, man, motherfucking Donald's a good at. He said, yeah, nigga, I've been told you that shit. I said, dog, I ain't never checked it out.
Yeah, no, appreciate you. I got 5 movies coming out and 3 that I've either worked on the script or co-directed with, man, and I'm excited this year. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And we just started March, so I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep my foot on the gas.
Plethora, man.
All right.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on you, man. I've been checking some of the stuff out. I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna sit down and watch the whole movie. Try not to fall asleep, but yeah, man. Big up to you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
All right, now, chill, man. Have a good one, man.
All right, man. Salute.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. So that was a pretty good one. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted to make sure that it was going to be a kind of tough one. You know what I'm saying?
That
was tough.
All right.
So I have to say, like, I'm going to give credit to what y'all said about Martin, you know, showcasing. One of the things that I didn't like about it is it played a lot into the negative stereotypes as well. You know, the black women with attitude, you know, and I'm saying that from Pam's perspective.
Not Shanae.
I was gonna get into that because that's a whole nother just side of ghetto ratchet. You know, Roscoe, the little snotty nosed boy. I just felt like it played a lot into the negative stereotypes, but gotta give it credit for everything that y'all said and what he showcased. So I'ma still kick him off the boat. I'ma kick him
That's
off the
all right.
island still.
You know.
But I'm gonna give credit where credit is due,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I don't subscribe to shows that feed into those negative stereotypes where we are concerned. Like, I try to conduct myself in corporate America in a way that combats all of that. So I'm not, you know,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
give into that.
All right.
You know what? And I can appreciate that statement. I would just like to add to it that I think for a lot of people, watching Martin kind of was like, yo, this is, some of it may be inappropriate, but this is, you know, watching Martin was like, yo, this is like Big Cuz talking crap to one. It's like, I couldn't come into your house and say nothing about maybe one of your cousins who always is greedy and not saving no food for somebody.
Right.
But y'all
But
could.
we could.
Yeah.
Right.
And so for me, I felt like Martin did a good job of that.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see the fuckery and the coonery with the stereotypes in terms of, you know, what our people do. But I'm saying, like, I feel like Martin brought a decent balance to that with saying, like, hey, I can make these comments or talk about these subjects
Because this is what we know. This is what
There
we
you go,
see.
yeah,
you know what I'm
because
saying?
Part of this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
respect that.
In such a way.
Hustle man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and so I felt like it
Everybody
was
know hustle man.
I felt like it was a for real balance. I remember, and again, I actually didn't get into the show until I was, you know, it was probably syndicated. But for me, one show that kind of stick out is Pam and Gina are trying to get in some women's organization,
Yeah.
and they doing everything they can. They got to go get initiated and all this kind of stuff. Shanae walk up in that mug, you understand what I'm saying? And like instantly, everybody up in that mug liking her, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And Pam and Gina end up being jealous
Yeah,
of her.
yeah.
So like they gotta go all week with trying to get in, and then at the end of the week they finally make their decision, and they don't want Pam and Gina, and they're pissed. They're like,
Yeah.
why didn't you let us in? It was funny, but at the same time, it was like, to me, showing how, you know, A, you can't judge a book by its cover. You understand what I'm saying? And then B, you know, they looked at Shanae one way, but here is a time where she showed up and some people actually appreciated her for who she was. Because Pam and Gina just felt like, wait a minute, they had their nose in there like,
Yeah.
she don't even belong.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious,
Yeah.
man.
No, you know what?
I'm
But
saying?
that's a good point. You can't sell out, and that's so. Actually, I was gonna ask this in the beginning of the show because it's a question that I get asked. Like, you know, what's your biggest flex? And I used to say my kids are my biggest flex, but at this point, I feel like not selling out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, being able to go to the boardroom, being able to be a director, being able to come back to the hood, being able to shoot the shit and have conversations like this, but also being able to turn around and go to more work and do a presentation for high-level people. Not selling out and just going into the room and being yourself and not caring whether or not you're accepted or not.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point
Okay.
for that show.
All right.
Yeah, I like
All
that.
right. All right.
Man, listen.
Clap that shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, clap it up.
You said something that I have a real strong opinion about, and that is, I don't like when we code switch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I see a lot of women and men in corporate settings change their whole fucking and the inflection in their voice, their vernacular, and all other kind of shit. And I feel like, again,
Like, hey,
I
how
don't
you
wanna-
doing, Don?
I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but that is some ingrained
Yeah.
subconscious slavery mentality. I gotta appease the people in power type mindset, and a lot of people feel like, well, you know, they've been passing this down for generations. Like, man, this is the only way that this person is gonna listen to me is if I sound like that. I throw that twang on my voice.
It's not
and
true.
and what I tell people is, for melanated people to do that, man, that shit is a trauma.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, man, you going in to work, hello, how are you? And just kind of changing your whole shit.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
feel like this is the only way I can be accepted or fit in. And we got to cut that shit out because that shit is trauma based.
Yeah.
It's not being your authentic self. So I definitely can appreciate that because
Yeah.
I mean, everything from code switching to the way black women wear their hair, and
Yeah.
I'm big about that kind of stuff. You know, we've suffered a long time with all of that fuckery that really pushed us away from who we are.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And here's the deal. On the surface, it seems like, hey, well, we had to do these things in order to survive. Okay, I get it. But in the long run, when we look at the effects of it, when you constantly being pushed away from who you truly are and your true authentic self, we've been hurting ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And it shows up with black women not loving themselves in terms of how they look because they're constantly trying to have this European look.
Yeah.
It shows up in the form of with black men, you know what I'm saying, going into these settings and then coming home and feeling like, well, man, I got to raise my kids to kind of conform
to it
because I made it to this position doing this, so this is the right way to do it. It's just like, my brother,
being
you shucking and jiving and you cooning in there. You understand what I'm saying? And so
it's a cat at my job, man. I call that motherfucker Hopping Bob, and he don't even know it. Like, but everybody know that's what he be doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's
we have a little prayer session. We hold hands for
So look, real quick, we gonna talking to the last subject real quick, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna give y'all a backstory, but we just gonna talk about some shitty neighbors. Like, have y'all ever had some shitty neighbors? Like, if you lived in an apartment, you know what I'm saying, in a house or whatever. I mean, like, me and sis, you know what I'm saying, we grew up together and shit on the same block, right across the street from each other, right? You know what I'm saying? So all our neighbors, you know what I'm saying, on our blocks, you know what I'm saying, in our hood, we all got along. Shit, for the most part, and shit, it really wasn't no issues. You know what I'm saying? We all was together. We can go to each other's house and stuff like that to eat, sleep if we needed to, or whatever. You know, more so community based and family. You know what I'm saying? So, just in general, say, have you ever had, say, a shitty neighbor? I'm gonna say I have. Let me start this shit off. I got to get this shit off. So, when you come across, say, a shitty neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a shitty ass neighbor right now. You know what I mean? He's not liked by nobody on our block. He's a piece of shit, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? He's a woman beater. You know, he keep up trash, he plays loud ass music like fireworks, all kind of shit, and shot up in the air at people, whatever that's mad. He didn't actually swatted, say, people before, you know what I'm saying, called the police and lied on them and all kind of shit, right? The motherfucker is actually in shit. It's totally illegitimate on everything. Don't have, say, proper tags on his cars. He's fucking towing trucks and shit on a tow truck that's not even his. Come to find out. Also, say, the motherfucker has aliases. My deal and shit with, say, shitty ass neighbors is this. When you call the police or whatever to do their job, to keep the fucking peace, and they don't do their job or their due diligence, what are you supposed to do?
Explain that. They don't do their due diligence.
Due diligence is this, okay? If you get a complaint from, say, neighbors, not just, say, one neighbor, maybe two, maybe three, maybe four, say a whole fucking block, you know what I mean? And they're telling you, okay, this guy is a fucking nuisance. He's a squatter. He's a piece of shit, like I said, you know? And they keep on telling you, well, you know, it's nothing really we can do unless we catch him in the action and this, that, and other. But it's like, okay, if you see that he has, say, vehicles on the actual public street that has expired plates and shit like that, first thing you would think as a police officer or ordinance person is to do what? Tow that fucking vehicle, right?
Yeah, and a lot of neighborhoods have that law. Where
well, guess what? Where I'm at, apparently and shit, they don't get the fucking memo, right? So now it's like, okay, they'll come out, you know, if he lies and says somebody has a gun, but he's the one who's pulling out guns and stuff like that. So, like I said, he's a real piece of work, piece of shit. You know what I mean? So, just when it comes to that kind of situation, whatever, like, I just want to know, like, what are y'all opinions and stuff like that when you're dealing with, say, a piece of shit ass neighbor? You know what I mean? Have you ever had any?
I think that right now is one of those moments where we had to go back in time where, you know, block clubs in our community were very important.
Yeah.
I think that you dealing you dealing with this situation also speaks to one of the reasons why oftentimes, you know, we don't even realize some of the small things that we do lead to bigger issues, and that is, what is having a sense of community really mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think both of you just said it. You know, you got. I always tell you, you know, coming up as a kid, when I came to your block, it was a certain feel. You know, growing up in my hood, I'm a few blocks over. I grew up on Still. It was, you know, we had a
little pockets of.
We had a great block.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, for the most part, man, a lot of the things that went on in my neighborhood, you know, you really didn't see that strong presence of men or that block club that could come together to really kind of say, hey, let's go talk to such and such.
Yeah.
And I think that type of stuff is vital. It was important and it was needed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To actually keep the peace. I remember my homeboy Zach told me he went to Africa, and he said, man, the way he described it to me, he was like, it felt like a big hug that I needed. You know what I'm saying? And I often would talk to a good friend of mine who grew up in Ethiopia,
Mm-hmm.
and she would often tell me stories about how on Sundays the women would go have tea with one another just to kind of tap in with your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And when people walk through the neighborhood, it was a thing to make sure you said hi, because if he started on this end of the block, by the time he got here, about 4 or 5 people then said something to him. But it wasn't just to be polite or cordial.
Yeah.
They want to hear a motherfucker voice, see his face.
Yeah.
What you doing over here?
Be familiar with somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think in this instance, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, you have to deal with that, but I think that, you know, it causes us to kind of maybe look back on some lessons that, you know what I'm saying, we could learn from, you know, those before us. And again, when I think back on my grandfather's block, they had block club.
Yeah.
You know, they had certain things going on. They came together, and that's what helped them survive. And I think that maybe in your instance, I remember reading a book, and it said that in areas where there's a strong presence of men, we had, you know, the crime is lower, all kind of shit. It gave all these statistics to talk about that. Now, it's unfortunate that you have to deal with this situation by yourself, but imagine if you had the support of 5 other men on the block where y'all can go over. Bro, come here. We need to holler at you.
Yeah, the
But look,
block
we can't
is
have
see, that's
that
what-
type of shit.
So, and that's the thing. It's not even just, like I said, it's not just, say, women that's on the block that this guy has really got into it with. He didn't got into it with, say, one of his neighbors on his side, you know, white fella or whatever, come to find out, got into it with, say, the neighbor to, you know, the right of me and the left of me. So it's like, and everybody else. That's what I'm just saying. So it's like, okay, and, you know, it's pretty much suspected that he actually burned down the house that was in front of my house. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
all
yeah,
of
it's
this
like
technology.
this. Yeah.
Everybody
there you
got
go.
cameras right now.
There you
so
go.
Nobody has any of this on camera. So when the police show up, it can be proven that he's the problem and not everybody else.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, that might be the next route. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You know, all of this fuckery, that might be the next solution.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what they call it now, truth telling.
Truth telling. I'm just saying, he calling the cops on people at this point
there
is
you
fair
go.
game. You called them out, you deal with
No,
the
that's what.
fallout
And
of
see,
it.
that's
You know
what it
I
is.
mean?
So that's what where it's going to. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have, you know, it's things that's being that's taking place right now. So just something that I wanted to go ahead and just kind of ask y'all. Have y'all been in like an apartment building or anything like that where you hadn't had to deal with, say, some nasty, you know, roach infested people or something like that? That's me. All right. Say last call for the night for the Big Flexx Strong Cast. Who we got on the line?
What up, though? It's Tim.
Oh man, hey, this Tim Nah and shit. What up, man? I know you got a shitty neighbor and shit. What you got?
Yeah, I got a shitty neighbor, man. I got a neighbor, man, who can't keep his house up, fence falling down. So he decided this weekend he'd come over and tell me my dogs was chewing on his fence.
Okay.
To try to get me to repair his fence. So I walk in his backyard with him, and on the other side where my dogs can't even get to, on my other neighbor's side, the whole fence is falling down. I said, well, my dogs can't get over here. What's the excuse for this?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I'm telling you. So picked up a couple boards. There ain't even no teeth marks on them. So he tells me that, well, we're neighbors. We got to work together. I said, that's fine. I ain't paying for your fucking fence, so.
Right.
You know, so I told him, I said, look, man, this is what I do. Because he's an older guy. I told him, look, man, you get the boards. You go pay for everything. Get the boards, get the screws, and I'll put it up just because it's on my side of the fence. I don't want my dogs to get over there and do something, and then now I'm in court. So I will do that for you, but I'm not going to pay for the supplies. So he brought it over. We got it fixed. It's still a couple boards just down.
Okay.
Take the note on his door Saturday. He never got back with me, so that's where it stands right now. But yeah, man, just shitty stuff like that.
Yeah,
he got a grandson over there, takes the trash out. Instead of him walking into the trash can, he slings it from the edge of the house because he's scared of the dark. He slings it. Trash bag busts open, and I got trash all over my yard. That would be fine if he got it up, but he never gets it up. Then I have to have an argument with them about where the trash comes from.
Right.
And then it goes to the point of I got to show him camera footage of all this stuff. And then it's like, oh, I didn't know he was doing that. Well, I just told you that. So, yeah, the shitty neighbors, I feel that. Man.
Okay. All right. Hey, well, look. I hope I hope the solution and shit does happen for you very fast. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, kudos to you too for
and shout out to shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Because for not letting some shit, you know what I'm saying, kind of like escalate to where it could have been, you know, something could have went sideways. You know what I'm saying? All right, now, hey, look. All right, y'all. So look, we gotta go ahead and close it on out. So thanks for calling in, Tim. We appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? We getting at you soon. So, all right. So look,
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and flex this thing on up.
Flex it on out, y'all. So look, this is gonna conclude episode 52, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Latoya Deshawn coming back in the building. Shout out to, of course, and shit, Don Snipes in this motherfucker. Shout out to motherfucking Dr. Ruckus. And I gotta go ahead and flex it out for myself and shit, John Q in this bitch. And we will see y'all next week, 9 o'clock. Every Monday night, y'all. I'm in the 1/3 of the fucking screen on my the whole show. I'm like in the corner.